Hello and welcome to the Ant-Man channel. It is Tuesday. I once again have to look at the date, the 26th of November 2013, and I'm your host, Ant-Man. And we got some news we got some articles of news here today that we need to go over because they are very important for you. You see, just like the children of Israel, like Joshua had to send, like Caleb and the other guy to go spy out Jericho. That's like my job here, you guys. I'm nothing to, thank you for all your kind replies and comments and stuff like that. I could see that, I'm not alone out there. I know that there's a lot of people out there that are just, it's because we're like isolated. We're among all these zombies and liberals that we're like, whoa, we're overwhelmed by it. To be honest with you, it is overwhelming. It's a constant struggle every day to try to even just shine the light in people's faces, but they look away. The truth isn't. The truth is a sword, man. It's gonna hurt, but don't be afraid, man, because you're doing them a favor. Just like if your child was acting up, you give them a spanking, not a beating, not a whooping, but discipline them. Just like how God disciplines you. If you're His child and you're still living in sin, He's probably gonna discipline you because it's a family matter. He's not gonna totally destroy you, but I don't know, but just like that, you know what I mean? You gotta learn to be you're a teacher. If you're a believer in God and you read the Bible, you are yourself someone who should be out there leading. So don't be afraid, man. Be of good courage. Know that you're not alone, that you're going through the fire of affliction with the Lord Jesus Christ. He's never gonna leave you or forsake you, just like He does for me. He's always got my back, and I don't have people here supporting me doing this, dude. Everyone I'm around is totally against what I say and do. And the reason I have such a passion for this is because I have been absolutely oppressed all my life. And I wondered why everything was like this. And I wake up and then I realize that we're all just corrupt, man. The entire society from the bottom down is just corrupt, man. Look at the traitor president we have. And then the common traitor Americans that we have in our society. Look at this guy. All right, I'm just going to get into the news. This article is called Obama Betrays American Pastor Tortured by Iran. And then the first comment you see here is by this gentleman. Where is your evidence that he's being tortured? He was warned of the danger in entering an Islamic country to spread the word of a conflicting religion. He still chose to go. A deal being made concerning billions of dollars, millions of lives, thousands of nuclear warheads is a lot more important than this idiot who made poor life choices. You see the traitors that we have raised in this country now? Whether you believe in something or not, it is not right for you to sound smart at the same time just be absolutely being a traitor, dude, to your own fellow American. This has nothing, if you want to be an atheist, which there's no such thing as an atheist in my honest opinion. They're just all running away from God. They know He exists. They just don't want to live by His rules. They want to live by their own rules. That's why liberals are going around trying to make laws out of all their perversion because they want to live their life in their own way. You see, if you want to live in a country that is actually prosperous and actually provides, just all this good stuff that we used to and just absolutely has to stand for freedom, then you need to understand that there are laws and that you got to live by those laws, man. And that you got to be righteous and you got to be zealous for good works, man. It's not going to happen because you want to live a perverted lifestyle. You're not going to conserve anything with that. And it's all, liberal is all just self-serving and very just self-centered and just self-serving, man. It's just that's all it is, man. It just like that gentleman right there said, hey, you're an idiot if you want to go and talk about Jesus Christ to anybody. You're an idiot and you deserve to get murdered, and it's not our problem. Absolutely traitor. He's an absolute traitor in my eyes. And to say something like that, man, it's just the liberal talking point of these days, man. Just, I could sound smart and just slander you all I want and live my own life. And just as long as you believe in God, I can make fun of you because it's all catered to in this country. I could go on about this, but anyways, I'll just get into this article. It's by Todd Starnes. President Obama had a choice. He could either stand with the Islamic Republic of Iran, or he could stand with Saeed Abedini, the American pastor who is a Christian. They are currently torturing. If you don't think he's being tortured, why don't you go look at Ivan prison? Go look up what they do there. Look up what kind of prison that is. You don't need evidence, my friend, just like you don't need evidence of God to know that He is real. You don't need evidence to know that He's getting tortured in a freaking one of the worst prisons in the world right now, Well, I think he's been transferred from Evan to another one, but you know he was there for a while, and it's not right. It's against all human, all laws of humanity, man, to do something like that to the man. President Obama chose the Islamic Republic, by the way. The Obama administration confirmed the nuclear deal made with the Islamic Republic in the dark of night did not include any task about releasing Pastor Abedini. The American pastor has been imprisoned by the Iranians for more than a year, beaten and tortured for sharing his faith, and now he's been betrayed by his own government and his own people too, by the way, because all these idiots out here that call themselves, like, you know, smart liberals and intelligent people, oh, well, it's his fault because he's an idiot that believes in God and he makes poor life choices. You know? No loyalty to your fellow American at all anymore. President Obama and Secretary of State Kerry turned their backs on a U.S. citizen by refusing to secure his freedom before reaching an agreement with Iran, said Jay Sekulow, chief counsel of the American Center for Law and Justice. The Obama administration has left Pastor Saeed behind. And I want to just say something about Jay Sekulow, man. Go look that guy up. Go look up the ACLJ, man. That is one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite people, man, because he has a voice. He tries to provide a voice for people that are just being persecuted overseas and everywhere in this country, dude. And he's always fighting for our freedoms, man. You Christians out there, get behind him. Sekulow represents Abedini's wife and children who live in Idaho. The ACLJ recently sent a letter to Secretary Kerry urging him to act and noted that the failure to secure the release and return of Mr. Abedini and other Americans would be reprehensible. You know, Jay Sekulow is one of those people that I would say are very courageous and he doesn't back down to the intimidation of the government. He's gonna call the government out on all the tax invasion, just like he made a documentary about, and he's gonna go out and he's gonna expose Obama for what he does and what he's really represented. You know, screw the American pastor that's being, you know, tortured for no reason just because he believes in God. Hey, let's just give nukes to Iran too for no reason. Let's get rid of filibusters and this is tyranny at its finest, you guys. This is just open tyranny, you guys. I think to not say anything about this is really just it is a testament to how much of a coward you are. Because if you really are that scared of the government that you're not willing to stand up to it at all and just really okay, well, that's the way it is, then you're just a coward, dude. This isn't right. You shouldn't go along with it, and you shouldn't just be bend over and put your thumb in your mouth, dude. You need to live your life and live a life for freedom and live one that's honoring to God. You're not honoring God by sitting on your butt and not doing anything about this, man. You need to live your life for him, and you need to really reach out to people and say that the only way that that anyone's gonna get liberty and freedom and love and peace and all these things is with God. If you don't have God, this is what happens to society. It degenerates, and we all become we get put back into the state of nature, as you know. What's his name? John Locke would have said. John Locke is someone who, you know, very much molded the the way the American thinks out here and just in the West. You know, we'll do your history and you'll find out who John Locke is. He very much influenced all of us, but we're back into that state of nature, as John Locke would say, that we are like a tribalistic society, and we're all played off against each other. We don't really give up our right to abide by the laws anymore. We're just kind of like, we're living in a anything goes society. So President Obama chose the Islamic Republic. The American pastor has been imprisoned. Let's see, for his faith, and now he's being betrayed by his own government. President Obama and Secretary of State Kerry turned their backs on a U.S. citizen by refusing to secure his freedom before reaching an agreement with Iran. I already read that. The ACLJ recently sent a letter to Secretary Kerry urging him to act and noted that the failure to secure the release and return of Mr. Abedini and the other Americans would be reprehensible. Last week, the U.S. Senate unanimously passed a bipartisan resolution calling for the release of this U.S. citizen, and the House Foreign Affairs Committee approved a resolution calling for Abedini's release. It is beyond reprehensible that this administration would make any sort of deal with a nation holding an American hostage. And Sekulow warns that Obama's failure to secure Abedini's release sends a troubling message to the Iranian government that Americans are expendable. Christian Americans, I might add. Well, yeah, I mean, look at all the people that were in SEAL Team 6. Look at there's a lot of examples. How our president don't give a damn about no veterans, nobody serving in the military. It's all. what it really is sad. You know, I mean, when are you gonna wake up out there and realize that your beloved president, your God, Obama, is a real tyrant? He's not an idiot. I don't believe that he does all this stuff unknowingly. I think that he knows what he's doing. He's just a traitor. He's a Muslim. He is a freaking. He's bad news, you guys, and he wants to justify the fact that he can disappear you, black bag you, put you in a helicopter and disappear you. You know what I mean? It's just freaky that, you know, that he's putting up all these defense mechanisms knowing that the American people are waking up. So he could just say, hey, I'll just kill you. I'll just kill you if you don't want to go along with all this. And it's, hey, it's what you liberals are asking for. I'm no satirist, but if I could paint a picture of you liberals out there, it's a little skinny, weak chump or a fat, you know, out of shape McDonald's guzzling idiot poking a caged lion, just which represents the real American people, the law-abiding, Bible-believing, church-goers, us conservatives or whatever you want to call us, constitutional libertarians, the real liberals. We are just, you know, we just good people, just want to mind their own business, dude, instinctually. But when you're picking a fight with us, dude, this is what happens, man. You're gonna stir us up, and we're gonna throw all your garbage into your face. Just how your atheism doesn't really exist. Your evolution really is just blind faith and nothing. It's just ridiculous. Everything you guys are running to save you away to save you from God is really just it's a lie. You guys live a lie, and you guys are living in a state of nature, not even knowing that you guys are absolute animals, man. You believe you're an animal, and that's what you're going to probably behave like, so let's just keep it that way when it comes to the truth. You know, there's no absolute truth. It's just circular reasoning. As long as I could say big words and contradict everything I'm saying, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, why? How do you think that's being smart? By just regurgitating everything that you've heard and trying to sound smart and circular reasoning? That's just stupid. It's stupid. Hello? I mean, it's just ridiculous what people try to hide behind and call smart just to keep us Christians out of the light, and just to keep, well, not out of the light, but out of the, you know, mainstream, I guess, or just, you know, it's okay, you know, to make fun of us too, by the way, so, I don't know. You guys, it's time to say something. It's time to make your voice projected out there into the media, into anything you can, to stand up for our liberties. You know, this man is just like you and me. And, you know, he went to Iran because he has relatives over there, and he's very passionate for the Lord, and he has a calling, and our own government ain't going to stand up for us no more now. So we got to stand behind people like Jay Sekulow that actually, you know, they provide us with a voice to the White House and to everywhere else. We need to stand up for these people and donate to them, dude. And because, you know, we're not state funded. We're not taking taxpayer subsidies. Everything, even my school that I go to, is absolutely against that. So, you know, we got to support each other. We can't be like the liberals and expect handouts all the time and expect people to do all the work for us, you know. I mean, that's, I think, where we've been for the last 10 years, thinking that the job's going to get done by somebody else. Just, hey, somebody else is doing all the work. Hey, I'll just sit back and drink my coffee. In reality, dude, nobody was doing anything. And this is what happens. We let all the perverts and creepazoids run everything. And it's time to do something, man. It's time to do something. And if you guys hear me, make your voice heard, man. It's not, you know, Christ died for you. Christ took a beating for you. He got destroyed physically for you. And so what are you willing to do for him, you know? And I think that you have even more security now than, don't expect, you know, that bad of a thing. We're not getting crucified here yet, you know. We're not the Roman Empire just yet, but, you know, I think that what we're doing here is going to be popular in a couple of years. It's going to be more known. It's going to be more effective as well. People are going to want to listen. There is something that comes along with preaching the gospel that is very entertaining. Even the atheists love that we talk about God all the time, because there's an entertaining thing to it. But in reality, dude, it's just, that's what the atheist, or the, you know, the person that's in the state of nature is what I'll call it. That's all he does is satisfy his current, you know, insatiable desires, and that's one of them, being entertained all the time, listening about God and how his hand is on this earth, he's got it in his hand, he's in control of it all, and it's just, to hear it from a Christian, I guess it's entertaining, because they must wonder where we even get all this, but this is where we get all of it, man. It's not, you know, I guess you could call it secret wisdom because a lot of people don't talk about it enough, but that's where you're going to get all your life's, answers, man. I'm not going to make this stuff up. Before I started reading this, man, and I started reading the King James Version, but I've already read it all. So I'm reading the New International Version, and I'm looking forward to reading more later on, but ever since I started to read the Bible, this is just my honest, personal little story about how I got to where I am right now, which isn't anything. I'm not, I'm not on top of the world as what the worldly person would think, but I am. I feel like I feel great, man. I feel like today is a beautiful day, and it's a treasure. The present, man, it's always beautiful to be living in gratitude and thanksgiving to God. But ever since I started reading the Bible, man, I started to realize everything. I started to understand science, history, everything. I started to really get, I got addicted to wisdom. I'm just reading books all the time and getting myself into school all the time and getting to learn a lot of things. And it's just, if you have been indoctrinated by the public school system and you feel like you really don't know anything, read the Bible. It'll open your eyes to stuff, man. It'll open your eyes to a lot. When I was going to school, I didn't learn anything. The only things that I kept with me throughout my entire years I was lost was verses in the Bible. Like, the meek shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those that are persecuted for my name's sake, and this and that. Because I knew that I was holding on to good virtues. As a young kid, I used to always try to stand up because I was very self-righteous. I didn't know any better. I felt like I was always right, and I was always, I didn't deserve to be mistreated by anyone. But I would stand up and say, you're just... And I would tell people the truth, but since I was a little kid, I was easy to rebuke, and everybody would just make fun of me and condemn me all the time because I wanted to be good, and I wanted to show people that it's their fault. It's not my fault. But, at the same time, it's self-righteousness on my part, but what I was really doing it was right. It doesn't matter how young you are or how old you are. Say the truth. It's going to make people mad, and those that are corrupted, they're not going to accept it. They're going to rebuke you. They're going to tell you off. But, yay, man, I think if you do what's right, God's got you. In the end, all things will work out for your better, for the good and those that love Christ. All the bad, all the good is going to work out for the good. And all those people that oppressed you, all those people that wanted you to be stupid, all those people that wanted you to be in the dark, all those people that disdain you and look down on you, all they become is a reproach. You start to see that the person that believes in evolution, all the people that don't believe in God and put themselves in Christ, they don't grow. They stay the same all their lives. They never grow. They never get smarter. They never learn anything. They are lost. So, you know what I mean? Have some compassion. Know that is the truth, man. I'm a living testament to knowing that, and that you need to have grace and compassion and love for everyone. And don't be arrogant in knowing all this stuff. Be very concerned for the people that don't believe in God. I don't believe in atheists. I just believe in runners. You're all just running away from what you really know is true, that there is a God, and He created all this, and that He actually has a set of rules. And that's why you don't want to accept Him, because He's got some rules, buddy, and He's got a judgment coming. So you better be ready. And that's all I'm saying. So God bless you, and have a good day.